So today we're going to do lesson 3.7, which is areas of rectangles. This says draw each rectangle on the grid. The grid is this here, this group of squares. Make a dot inside each small square in your rectangle. So we're going to do an example of this so that you can get some practice. The first one says, draw a 3 by 5 rectangle. All you need to look at are two numbers to get started with. The number 3 and the number 5. Those are your two important numbers for this. 3 by 5. And sometimes you might see this written, 3, you might see an X 5. That's the same thing. 3 by 5, 3 times 5, it's the same exact thing. And this is going to help you find the area of the rectangle here. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw a 3 by 5 rectangle. So your first number is 3. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go across my first, and I'm going to go across the first row in 3. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. My first number is all done. Don't need to think about your first number again. My second number is 5. So I'm going to go, instead of across this time, my second number, I'm going down. Okay, so my first number I go across, my second number I go down. Now I already have a dot here in the first one. That counts. So that counts as 1. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this says I'm supposed to draw a 3 by 5 rectangle. Well, if I look at this shape, I know it's not a rectangle. It's an upside down L or a backward 7 or something. So I just have to make this into a rectangle. I have to draw the other side of the rectangle. And I can only do it either in 3 or in 5, because those are the only numbers I can work with. And so I'm just going to fill in the other dots underneath those ones at the top. I'm going to fill them right in until I get down to the bottom of where it goes. Now that's where it stopped. I don't have any more dots over here, so I can't write anymore, or it's not going to be a 3 by 5 rectangle anymore. If I keep writing dots just however I feel like, it makes up my own idea of not 3 by 5. So this is a 3 by 5 rectangle. Now it wants to know the area. Right here, it's going to say, what is the area of that 3 by 5 rectangle? Well, the area is how many dots you have. So we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The area is going to be 15 square units. Now another way to do this, instead of counting them all, maybe you want to say 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. You can do that. Maybe you want to say 5 plus 5 plus 5, because this is 5 and this is 5 and this is 5. Those are also ways that you can do it. Okay? So you have to make the choice which one you want to say. How you want to do it, counting or adding by 3s or adding by 5s. Now, I'm only going to use numbers to add with that are on here. I wouldn't say 4 plus 4 plus 4, or I wouldn't say 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5. Okay, I'm only going to use the numbers that I have in the rows to start with. Okay, there are other ways that you can do it to figure it out, but for now, just think about those ways that I showed you. The other thing that you can do is when you're drawing your rectangle, if you want to make sure maybe it's hard for you to remember that you already did 3 across, you can do 1, 2, 3. Then you'll know to stop at 3. And this one, for 5 for down, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you'll remember to stop there and you won't go past those numbers that you drew. Okay? The other thing is, make sure you remember that this first one counts for the next one when it goes down. So you have to count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even though you already drew it, it still counts. It counts 2 times. But it only counts 1 time when you're counting your area. So I didn't go 1, 2, 3, 4. I just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have 15 squares with dots in them. And that is how you find the area of these rectangles.